Coach, 20 turnovers tonight, allowing 34 points off of those turnovers. I know that that's probably where your mind goes in a game like this without Nicola, where you guys have to be perfect and you just weren't.
Yeah, and we talked about it pregame. That's what they do. I mean, they're an elite defense, number 3 in their defensive rating, and they're top 10 in points off turnovers. They're top 10 in fast break points. And to your point, they had 14 steals, which led to the 20 for 34, and that fuels their break, 25-7 in fast break points. And when you're without your starting power forward and center, against a team that sits number 2 in the Western Conference, you got to play damn near perfect. And we were definitely far from that tonight. So not only a disappointing outcome, but just a disappointing night overall. Give them credit. But we got to get on that plane tomorrow morning and go play in Miami and find a way to, 1, get healthy, and 2, to stop beating ourselves.
What happened with Nicola warming up that led to him not being able to play?
He hurt his elbow.
He had a sleeve on warming up. Was there anything discomfort-wise that he had going into that, or was it just?
No, it was just something that popped up last minute.
And then severity-wise, is it just kind of precaution?
I haven't talked to the training staff yet, so I'll have a conversation with Steve Short and kind of see where we're at with that.
If you take away, or the second quarter is where the game kind of seemed to turn because you guys were competitive the other 3 quarters. So what happened in that second quarter that you were able to take control?
Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit of everything. Obviously, they scored 41 points. They shot 60 from the field. 60 from the field is a very high number. And they made 6 of 10 threes, so they also shot 60 from the three-point line. And in that quarter, I believe turnovers were an issue the whole night, but in that quarter we had 4 turnovers for 11 points. And I understand we're going to turn the ball over at times, but your goal should always be to only allow less than 1 point per turnover. So to have 20 for 34, that shows poor resiliency. When we turned it over, we didn't hustle back. We didn't make extra effort plays to try to limit their points off turnovers. But I agree. The first quarter was ugly, but, we're down 5. Second half, we outscored them by 1. But that second quarter was definitely where the game got away, and we were never able to get back into it after that.
Coach, I know you're going to make excuses, but is there a difference between a guy getting hurt in a game, early, a concussion, whatever, or right before the game versus knowing, hey, we're not going to have so-and-so tonight or these guys, so you're mentally ready to go, and we all have to step up versus kind of the shock of it?
Well, yeah, I would say, to your point, we've known guys are going to be out before, so you have a chance, even on a back-to-back. Like, the schedule's been brutal. I think we've had the most back-to-backs, the most rest disadvantage games, and the fewest rest advantage games. So and Miami will be our 3rd game in 4 nights in 3 different time zones. But that is what it is. But when you go through a walkthrough with Nicola and you're planning offensively and defensively, this is what we're going to do. And then for that curveball to be thrown at you after that, it definitely makes it a little bit more difficult to adjust on the fly. And obviously we all know how important Nicola is to everything that we do. But yeah, we just had no heads up. It just happened. And that's going to happen at times, and we have to be ready. And they're a very good team. They're having a very good season. I just felt we could have dug a little bit deeper tonight, and we just didn't have it.
Coach, I know there weren't many bright spots, but Christian Brown's play was pretty encouraging. He's kind of been in a mini slump. How did you see his play tonight?
Yeah, to your point, I think sometimes you got to find some positives to take out of it. And CB going 10 for 11, 2 of 3 from the three-point line, 22 points, 5 rebounds, competing, playing hard. And most importantly, aside from all those numbers, just how confident and aggressive that he was. That was definitely a positive for us. Obviously, some of the players off the bench, were solid, but it was good to see CB kind of see that ball go through the net like he did tonight, and hopefully that can transition into this 2-game road trip down to Florida.
Kind of building off of that, without Joker and Aaron, Jamal's obviously going to get a little more attention. How encouraging was it just to see him? He's hitting tough shots again like he did last night.
Yeah, 8 of 14, 4 of 5 from 3. The turnovers, obviously, 5 assists, 5 turnovers. I started backcourt at 10 combined. and both Russ and Jamal know that, they have to be better with the ball, and they will be better with the ball. But against that defense, who gave Jamal so much attention, it was great to see him put up another really efficient night. And that's the most important thing for me, Vinny, is that not only did he score, but he did so in a very efficient manner against an elite defense with a lot of guys that are big, strong, physical, and they were trying to take him out without Nikola and Aaron.
Previous 10 games, you played pretty well as a team. Through the injuries and getting experience for your young bench, how close to a groove or finding your identity as a team do you think you have gotten?
Well, I think it's been our best stretch of the year. I think, and even with Aaron kind of working his way back in, coming off the bench, our starters have played very well, and more importantly, I think our bench has played really well. We've been able to, rest Nikola, to 7-minute mark in the fourth quarter at times, which is phenomenal. So yes, when healthy, and tonight, well, obviously, I think was this isn't who we've been, but I like how we've played 8-2 in the last 10. Number 2 offense, number 4 defense. Kind of understanding why you win in this league is really important, and I think our guys are starting to figure out. We know what we have offensively, but if we can bring it defensively every night, we'll have a chance to be a team to be reckoned with down the stretch.